Dark Spectre Design Works. We make it. Howdy, folks. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, Revelation, Battlecat. Yeah, apparently these are Target exclusives along with Skelgod, and the other 4 figures will be Walmart exclusives. So any exclusive sucks, but Walmart, at least in Chicagoland, is even worse than Target. So I went on a little hunting trip, came across this guy, was kind of hesitant. I like MOTU, but I'm not like super into it. MOTU is one of those properties that I'm not very nostalgic for, only because I wasn't like super into it as a kid. Unlike other properties like Joe's and a few others like Thundercats, I really haven't gotten into as I've gotten older. MOTU is something I've definitely started to get into and appreciate a little bit more. I had the Origins figures, not really my cup of tea, but I thought they would be a cheap, easy, fun line to collect, but they ended up turning out to be another huge, massive pain in the ass like every other fucking action figure line out there. So I ended up selling them off, and then they announced these, and the trailer looks phenomenal. I loved Castlevania, and it's the same animation company producing this, so looks pretty good. Hopefully it'll be good. I think it comes out in a few weeks here, middle or end of July. I wasn't going to do a video on them, but I changed my mind, so I already opened them up, but the artwork is phenomenal, so I kept it. Take a quick look at that. There's his bio, if you care to take a gander. You pause it. Yeah, and I kept all the artwork from Origins, because it's just phenomenal. One of the coolest things about vintage MOTU is definitely the artwork. There's the other figures that are available. Like I said, Skelgod's at Target, who I've seen multiple times, so he shouldn't be too tough. The 4, I guess, the main line or whatever, is at Walmart. I don't know if they're out yet. I don't think so. But I have not seen them, obviously. I don't know how I feel about He-Man and Skeletor. He-Man looks kind of cute, like a little baby. And Skeletor is just kind of, I don't know, off. There's the side. More great artwork. Sorry, it's hard to get this shot. There you go. Let's take a look at Mr. Battlecat here. I'm going to pop the armor off because it's easier to show the articulation, which is amazing, so you know. Just pops off, hooks around his ears. And this just has little tabs you can pull up on. Okay. Let's take a look at the armor real quick. It's super, super soft. Which is good because he's super articulated, and if it was really hard, it would kind of negate that. But I don't know how well this is going to hold up over time. It doesn't feel like that super gummy plastic that tends to degrade, but I guess only time will tell. And here's his helmet. I love how they painted the eyes in there. You know, if they just cut holes in there, it would look goofy. Gringer's eyes wouldn't line up quite right, and it would look off. So yeah, there's the little hooks for his ears. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the stylization of this. I really like it. I always thought the Battlecat armor kind of had a goofy, humanish nose on it, so I never really loved that about it, but this looks great, in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look at the main man here. Love how they painted the muzzle a slightly different color. Nice fur texture. The orange paint isn't great. It's missing in a lot of spots. It's not awful, but we're gonna fix that. And he is massive. Pretty light though. Not a huge light. Doesn't feel like a massive chunk of plastic. I assume he's pretty hollow. A little different color on the tip of his tail. Some really nice fur texture underneath. He got his nails did. They even painted his little paw pads, which is nice. Alright, let's take a look at articulation. So his head is on a separate peg from the neck. Just his head, he can look down really far. That's awesome. Look up pretty good. And then if you combine that... Oh. Rotate 360. A little bit of tilt. And then the neck itself can move up. Not too far. But can move down pretty good. So you can get them looking all the way on the ground, which is awesome. Does this have... No, I mean, it's got a little bit of movement, but it's a straight cut in there, so it's really not going to do much. Shoulders can move out a lot and move in, which is awesome. And they can rotate. You do 360? Ooh, no. I mean, you could probably if you push it, but I hate to do that. His, I guess you would call these his elbows, all the way back. Really far forward. These are pretty tight joints, which is nice. And he's got a swivel there. Now, if you finagle it with this fur in the back and get him into some interesting poses, I don't know if those would be useful for anything, but ankles are similar. Up and down. And they have a nice, I assume, forward-facing pin for Zeraka. Now here is my favorite joint of all. He's got two joints in his torso, and combined, you can get him into a super hunched position. You can actually get him sitting like a cat. I'll have some pics at the end, but that's so awesome. It doesn't... Yeah, he can arch his back a little bit and crunch forward. Pretty damn good. And then his rear legs are similar to his front. Let's see, we'll get some tiger butt action here. They go out and in. 360, but probably don't do that because you probably scratch the paint. I don't know what these would be called. Elbows? Not elbows. Knees? Forward and back. And 360. Kind of similar to the front. You can finagle it into some weird angles. I don't know that you would ever necessarily use that, but maybe. And then he's got his... Oh, what's the word? Tridactyl? No, I don't think that's it. I'll put the correct word up.
Digitigrade.
But the chicken leg, basically. Here, similar joint. Can that rotate? Yep. Rotate. Forward, back. Look at that. With the pivot on the ankle itself. Really nice movement. Once again, I don't know that you'd ever use that, but hell, it's not ugly and it functions, so why not? And his tail, that'll 360. Go all the way up if you have it in that position, down, and then down there, and up there. So, very cool. Kind of would have been cool if his tail was rubber and had wire in it, but that stuff's kind of a pain in the ass. And I don't think they can put that into toys anymore, or some safety thing. Or it has to be really thick if they do that, so... I thought I just went with the Marvel guys said that, but yeah, he's got awesome movement, way better than the Origins Battlecat. So, but as great as he is, I think we can make him a little bit better. I don't know if I love the bright green color. Green's my favorite color, and I like neon green, but for him, it's not really working for me. So, I think I'm going to give him a dark green wash, touch up the orange, maybe try and do a dark orange wash within that, but that's going to be really difficult to do without it being a mess. Yeah, and maybe... Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot. He has an articulated jaw. Come on, there we go. So yeah. That would like ruin the figure if they didn't include that, but... So yeah, let's make this already awesome figure a little bit better. So for Battlecat here, we're not going to do anything too crazy, because he's already pretty good as is. But he's got a lot of detail, so I just wanted to bring that out with green wash. And then go over him with some light green and white dry brushing, just to bring out some highlights. And keep an eye if you plan on buying him, because apparently the paint on the orange stripes is kind of an issue. I've seen a few other videos where the paint's not great, so just take a look and take a gander before you purchase him. But yeah, I touched those up, darkened them up a little bit, and then went over those with a little bit more wash in certain areas, just to kind of make it look more like, a little bit more like fur, you know, not just painted on stripes. Not perfect, but yeah, I think he looks great. Yeah, that's about it. Alrighty, let's see how big this kitty cat is. So right now he's about as long as he can get, and he's about 14 and a quarter long. And to his shoulders, he's about right at 6 inches. So he's a big boy. Let's get him compared to a few figures here. There is Power Rangers Lightning Collection, White Ranger. And the Jungle Hunter Predator. And he's so big I can't quite get him in the shot. Put him back here. How's that? So yeah, 6-inch scale, 7-inch, and a 7-inch scale figure. Obviously, Predators are bigger than 7 inches, but just to give you a general idea, I don't have any classics or other He-Man paraphernalia laying around. So, alrighty. Well, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I recently started up a Patreon. If you like what you see, and feel like throwing in a couple bucks a month, link is in the description, but no pressure. Can't do the YouTube thing. Thanks for watching. Have a fan-frickin-tastic day. Bye!